Hello, I'm Anna Griffiths. I'm the Access and Interpretation Coordinator at the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust. Now, the witches of Macbeth, or the Weird Sisters as they're referred to by the other characters in the play, are perhaps some of the most obscure and ambiguous characters in all of Shakespeare's work. Certainly in the history of the performance of these characters, they have been interpreted and represented in a number of different imaginative ways. For example, in the recent Royal Shakespeare Company production of Macbeth, the Weird Sisters were actually played by young children. Now, I'm here today in the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust's collection stores looking at a wonderful metal sculpture that we have here of the three witches. It was made in the 1980s by Kenneth Roden. I also have in front of me a 1990s souvenir gift card that was produced as one of 6 for the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust. Now, this is actually a 3-dimensional gift card, although in the moment it is in its wrapper, so it's flat, but if you were to pop it up, it would be not unlike a sculpture, and it shows the 3 weird sisters with Macbeth on the right. Now, both these depictions are probably a more sort of traditional representation of what you might imagine a witch to look like, all dressed in black around a cauldron. In fact, none of these characters would look out of place at a Halloween party later this month. On the sculpture, you see we've got very tall, sort of exaggerated pointed hats. This witch on the left has got a beautifully hooked nose. The hair is wild and snake-like, and this one's face here looked like it could have even been carved on a pumpkin. So perhaps this isn't as different an interpretation as some of the ones that you may see in some of the performances. Now, maybe these particular artists were sort of more intrigued to capture that sort of probably sort of more sort of traditional hag-like sort of character of a witch, and produce something that would be more sort of visually obvious as a witch. And these do certainly also match sort of Macbeth's description of these characters, sort of secret black midnight hags. Or maybe it's the case that sort of still representations, sculpture and pictures don't quite have the flexibility to interpret these characters in more subtle and sinister ways. I'm not sure, but either way, I think this is a really wonderful sculpture, and it is certainly how I quite like to imagine a sort of a caricature of an evil witch with warts and all.